Good morning. It's 9 o'clock and I'll call the meeting of the Codington County Board of Commissioners to order. Commissioner Schwer, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, number 2 on the agenda, call for public comment. Public comment may be submitted in person or by telephone at these 2 numbers, 605-882-6248 or 605-882-6297. And there's some space at the end of the agenda for public comment for items that are not on the agenda. So things that we, informative things that we won't take action on. Are there any conflict of interest items on the agenda for anybody?
None.
None for me. Okay. Number 4, action to approve the March 21st agenda. Today's
So
agenda.
moved.
Motion.
I'll
by-
second it.
Motion by Waterman, second by Schwer. Any additions, corrections? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. Number 5, action to approve the March 14th minutes. Motion by Johnson, second by Waterman. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. Reports. Facilities Manager, Steve Mollengrath, come on down.
Morning, Steve.
Morning, Steve.
You're right.
That's on camera.
Got a runaway here.
I guess we don't need new wheels.
Don't think so.
Well, we got the building guy right here.
Good morning. All right, we're gonna start out egg building. Pretty well the major weekend events have pretty well come to an end for the season. School bingos and meetings are still going on. Government building. Working with the justice system on getting some quotes for updating the sound system, which I've budgeted for this year for the 2nd floor courtroom. Looking at starting to get quotes for 2nd floor carpet in the courtrooms and adjacent rooms. I don't know if anybody's been up there lately, but it's pretty getting kind of a little war and tethered.
I really paid attention to the carpet. I've noticed the sound system though.
Yep. Detention center, those cell doors that were installed are fully functional now, so. Park, reservation systems this year is setting at 167 with $16,064 as of Monday, March 20th. But this does not include what was booked last year.
So 100, you said 167
No.
reservations?
Yep, 167 reservations.
Okay.
Yep, that was done online this year. The park managers will of course start April 1st. They just came back yesterday and stuff. So and then while I was out there, I'm gonna skip my notes just a little bit, but while I was out there yesterday to remove some of the snow that I got a call from Ron. He was moving snow out there and he noticed something out at the shop out there. He said it looked kind of strange. Well, went into the shop. There's 4 inches of water on the floor. A line bursted, shot up into the ceiling, shot on the bottom by the rafters and all over the floor. And there's a bunch of sheetrock and insulation laying inside the shop. I did call insurance and stuff like that, and an adjuster will come sometime getting a hold of me and stuff. So, and then also some of the maintenance will be returning back to work in April. And so that I've already contacted a couple of them. They wanting to return, so I'll get that put on the agenda. In the weed. We've been approved from the South Dakota Weed and Pest Commission with the field scabious grant that I applied for last year. This is out at the GFP Sandy Shores area for the amount of $2,000 of reimbursement. And so that I have talked to a little bit with the game fish and so that they're supposed to coordinate. We're going to coordinate together on the control program on out there. I've also been asked by the South Dakota Weed Commission to set on a, it's called an Incident Command System tabletop exercise. This is with the South Dakota Department of DNR, United States Department of Agricultural, Animal and Plant Health Inspection Service, Plant Protection and Quarantine, which consists of USDA, APHIS, and PPQ. This will be held in Pierre on April 12th. I just got done sending a request for travel request. And what this is it is designed to provide responders with awareness of emergency procedures across the full range of response actions. The exercise will be led by a facilitator asking prompt questions concentrated on combined response. This table is an opportunity for participants to recognize and evaluate their own procedures and processes that will be put in action during a combined response. While we will focus on a plant pest and process would be the same for disease detection as well. We will engage in overall discussion that would correlate with all plant health emergencies that could occur into the state of South Dakota. And more or less, I was invited because I'm a weed supervisor and then sit on the state board for that. But plus we have a park here in Codington County that I manage. So this will be more or less to go and see about for like the emerald ash borer or other known insects or that would occur. So that's why I've been asked by them. So
Is that totally separate from, say, the DHS incident management, the DHS kind of emergencies stuff?
Yeah.
Completely
Yep,
Department of Ag
it's
thing?
totally separate. Yep.
Okay, that sounds a good opportunity. Yeah.
That pretty well ends. I don't have nothing to report on West Nile yet and so that, but I'm assuming here probably in April, usually we get the recertification for our machine to be calibrated again. So that will probably be coming up here so shortly. So
Any comments or questions?
Thank you.
Just one thing on the first thing you mentioned on the UJS and the sound system for the courtroom, just so
Yep.
people know, that's the court. The court system is a state system,
Yep.
but counties
have to provide,
facilities.
yes.
Yeah, we provide the stuff
Yep.
from things that are so.
Yep.
Was that a heated building out there where that pipe broke?
Yes, it's a heated building. I don't know if we end up, I was out there probably about a month ago and everything was okay. From what it looks like, it probably just occurred here in this past week. I don't know if it's from the other night with the strong winds, if the heater didn't come on or have no idea, but there was a line bursted inside the bathroom and it was just like a fire hose coming out. And so I got pretty soaked when they went in to shut it off. So.
Okay, well, thank you.
You bet.
Yep, thanks, Steve.
Yeah, appreciate it, Steve. Next up is Rick around?
So you have a report in your packet. He is unable to be here today, but he did supply a report that is in your packet.
Okay.
Don't know if that's something you want to read publicly or just for your
See if there's anything-
information.
anything good.
Right there.
Okay. Busy plowing snow, getting snowbanks off the road. Maintaining all the vehicles. And so asking folks to be careful on gravel roads because as things melt, they get soft. So please be careful. And load limits went into effect on asphalt roads yesterday, March 20th. And I think he said, I think he told us what those were. Let me see if I got those. Yeah, handy. So so it'd be 7 tons per axle and trucks with 40-mile-per-hour signs as of yesterday. So that's the asphalt roads out in the county.
Putting that up as they're able to.
Yeah.
Weather conditions.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So moving on. Agenda item number 7, action to authorize Lutheran Church of Our Redeemer to conduct Sunday worship services at Memorial Park. A motion by Johnson.
I'll second it.
Is there a second by Schwer?
Okay,
This is something they do they have to do every year.
yes.
So any comments, questions,
So,
discussion?
yeah, basically, they utilize the picnic area of Memorial Park on Sundays for Memorial Weekend, May 28th through Labor Day weekend, September 3rd. The worship services begin at 9 a.m. and they conclude following with a coffee time approximately around 10:30 a.m.
Okay, any question, any discussion? Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, hearing no other discussion, all in favor, please say aye. Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. Number 8, action to approve claims for payment.
All right, we had one claim come in. It is our monthly 911 claim that we transfer over to the city. They received the total amount. And this is for actually the January 2023 911 collection in the amount of $23,306.16. And that will be remitted to the city.
Motion by
Second.
Johnson, second by Waterman. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, that motion carries. So number 9, automatic budget sub, so nothing for 9, 10, 11. Okay, that brings us to number 12, public notices, possible quorum of commissioners between now and next week. I know there's there's a talk at the library this evening that I'm planning to go to. It's deals with the former Soviet Union, and so
I think
I don't know if
I don't know if it affects the Watertown co-op elevator, which is Agworks, has their annual meeting on Monday night. So I don't know if anybody else besides me will be there, probably. You'll be.
Yep.
So, but at least 2 of us will be there.
all right, thank you.
And then, we have, and this is already, planning and zoning is also next Monday at 12:30. So,
All right,
that's the only 2 I have.
anything else? Thanks, Commissioner Johnson. All right, any old business, number 13? New business. Well, that brings us to the open. So, and I know we have somebody here who wants to give public comments. So Mr. Berg, if you want to step forward and tell us your name.
Careful on that chair.
Yeah, just go ahead and sit down in the chair, just yeah, the chair. The wheels had a blowout or something. So. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure your mic's on. So you are.
Well, my name is Lauren Berg. I live east of Sandy Shore, east of Sunnyside Inn, on the farm on the side of the hill. Lived there all my life. I'll try to make this as brief as I can. And thank you for having me today. I was sick last week. So the first page is what they're proposing to the city.
So just so people know what what you're talking about, you're talking about a rezoning,
Rezoning.
yeah, an
They,
action by the city.
they took it they zoned it into the city, and it's zone 1 now. Then right now they want to they've got it in zone 1 and zone 2. They want to put it in zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, whatever, for commercial. And
It's
we're
currently residential. They want to go commercial.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the second page is if you ever been familiar going out west of town, you drop over the hill 5 miles out, there's an island out there. And there's rushes going out there. And it's it ain't very wide. It's 28 feet on the north side of where the surveyors showed, and 38 on the south side. Then it's 394 feet long. Then there's 2.1 acres on that island. And they want, sounds like they want to put a structure out there too. The third page. The third page, you got, it's turned, I wrote it down wrong. When you see Finicity map, that's looking north, that's the looking down on it. I'm on the right-hand side of that, up on the side of the hill, you can see all the
Mhm.
farm buildings. Okay, now. The third map. It's a long one here. This one here.
Yep.
Okay, there is blue marks. Everybody sees the blue marks. That's culverts running through underneath 212. The north side is the same as the south side for water wise, for elevation. And you have there's a drainage ditch that goes down through there. That goes out into my land, and it when it gets too high water, it just floods my land. And then when the lake goes down, that water goes out. And then on the very left-hand side of it, there's another mark, and there's a small portion of slough. Then over on the left side, there's I call it a waterway that goes to the west. The next map, it just shows the green on their proposal. But the last map is
I'm sorry,
what
what did you say this, what this?
that's same as map number this one.
Okay, oh, just say, oh, just say, okay,
Understand now?
yeah. Okay, I thought-
They highlighted in green
Right,
for
okay.
vegetation. And you look and see, there's 3 marks up there. There's culverts going across there, like I showed you before. And the slough. And red marks that go out in the farmland, that's what shows the flooding. But 97 was a lot worse than that. Then over on the left-hand side of the picture, the map you're showing right now is section 6 of Pelican Township. To the west side of it is section 1 of Compesca Township. There's a road, I call it the Sandy Shore Memorial Park turnoff west on 212. If you go south of there, there's a White House buildings. They've got flooded out. You go south of there about 300-400 feet, there's willow land in there. In 97, that was completely over water. That township road. I called Greg Benteen because I live in Pelican Township, and he said, nope, we don't have no control on that. You would have to call one of the board members from Compesca Township. So I called Davy Stark, and he was concerned. Well, that's the reason I'm up here today. That's all I've got to say. If there's any questions, I'll let you gentlemen go. And
Yeah, appreciate your coming in to let us know about the issue. So I would imagine the city has the public hearings, and everything scheduled out
Yeah.
according to what the laws require, for transparency and.
This land right here. There is a culvert go through there. And that hooks on my land and Ronnie Muir right here. Then up here by the left corner. There's two culverts that go through there. They're about that high. That wide. I don't know how, what's the but there's two there. Then over there in the corner. There's a culvert that runs east and west. And there's houses along the south side of 212. Cause that water backs way up in there. And that water goes down again, so. Well, that's all I got concerned about is that road down through there. You know, I rent my farm out to Poppins down by Hayti. And the driveway is on the west side halfway down and. You just figured out they can't get into the fields. And if they plug up that culvert between Lake Compesca and Toby Sioux. My land would be worth a lot less. My cash rent would be a lot less. And all the landowners around there will be a lot less. And then you guys gotta put up with that township road ditch, road. For the township supervisors.
Myron and Brenda, I got a question. Has this been passed by the zoning and board?
This-
It doesn't come to the county, it's a city.
No,
It's been annexed
it's
into
a
the
city
city.
issue, but I
It's a
just
city
want
issue.
to come up here and give you a heads up.
Yeah, appreciate that, Mr. Bergen. Just so people know what we're talking about. So this is a piece of land that was annexed by the city in 2018.
Right,
And they're talking about rezoning it basically, and it's adjacent to Mr. Briggs' properties. So, and as an adjacent landowner, you're just since you know about it, you're just letting us know.
yeah,
So
that's
appreciate it.
all,
Yeah.
that's all I'm doing. I just represented myself, so.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, thank
thank
you
you.
for your time.
Thank you for taking the time to come talk to us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Let's hope for
You
some
will-
dry weather.
Yes, but
Hopefully, we don't get no further wet snow or a 3-inch rain.
Right.
Hey, I don't think there are any other public comments. So are there any commission comments? We're still in the open. Okay, and I don't know of any action or need for an executive session, number 16. Any? Okay. So, and number 17 is motion to adjourn. So motion by Johnson.
second it.
Second by Schwer. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say no. Okay, we are adjourned.
You know that Davis that lives out there?